97% of hairdressers say they give a consultation. What are we doing today? Just a little bit off there, the same as usual, ba, 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 ba. And sometimes that's totally fine. Sometimes that's totally fine. But ultimately, the consumer, if they're saying only 7% of consumers receive a consultation, that's a really big gap. Now, if you're coming in as a consumer and you're worried that you're going to go out with something that you don't either know or understand, you're going to come in armed and defensive. Photographs, what you're going to do, a control freak, and now they are the puppeteer pulling your strings, and they've turned you into a puppet because they've either had bad experiences in the past. And I said, what have we trained our clients to be? Have we trained them not to trust us? Have we trained them not to expect a consultation? So clearly from this statistic, we as an industry have done a really good job in training our clients not to expect a consultation, not to expect a design couture for them. Just take a photo reference and come as close as you can to it, which sometimes is good, but most of the time, it's not how you're going to build the expensive part of the business. And all of you are here, are passionate about the craft, and I thank you for being with us tonight. But what's important is how we grow. That is so important. So I spoke before about the entertainer, the technician, the artist, and the puppet. Ultimately, we want to be an even division between entertainer, technician, and artist, and we want the puppet to go. Unless you're going to say to the client, Madame, here are the tools, you do it.
I am like the only one in this city who is currently doing these, and it has caught on so fast. People are coming in, referring their friends. Like my business has doubled in the last 3 months just because of these consultations.
Wow.
And so many times I felt like when a new client would leave, like I hope she liked it. And now when a client leaves, I always feel like nailed it.
Good job.
I'd spoken to a friend and said, do you think having, known you and your education, if they thought it was a good idea that I would do it because this man trained me in an advanced program in another salon? And he goes, Colette, absolutely. And it may just change your life. Then you said you wanted me committed. And I thought right then and there, I wanted to be committed. And as you know, my mannequin heads have traveled. They've been on cruises. They've been to Hawaii. They've even gone camping. So
I love that one.
You love that one. I know. Is that a real tent? Yes. Yeah, I literally took my mannequin head camping because that was my dedication to the program. I mean, I just didn't want to stop. And I'm glad that I didn't. It's true. Statistics cannot lie. And I tell people that. It's like, it's just me. It's in my little studio. But just from 1 year of dedicated commitment, I have grown 40%, which is unheard of by myself. #1 rating in my little town, and an 85% retention rate, which we know you only have a 50-50 chance of every time a guest walks in, 50% personality, 50% technical skill. So guess what? I'm above average if the average is 35. So I'm going to keep moving because there's still that 15%.
Yes.
Hungry for growth. So
Absolutely.
Thank you for the education you offered me. It has paid off.
Palm up, and then I take my palm down to the floor and I twist. Then I wrap around, and then when I come through, my palm is back up again. Then I twist, and then I go around. So I go palm up, palm down, and I twist. And what happens is you have a twist on one side of the iron, and you have a flat on the other. So you get this really nice effect, and it's different from a spiral. So I'm just going to now brush this through or comb this through. And obviously you can see I've got a lovely movement through here. I'm going to be using my friend's product. It's called Us. And I'm going to be using some of the oil. And I'm going to put quite a lot into her hair. So I'm quite a lot. I put so much of this in my hair the other day. I thought, blimey, I'm really shining, which is a lot for curly hair. I thought you could put me upside down and I could polish the furniture. I've got a lot of antiques in my house. My head would have been a very good shiny mop. So you can see already what a difference in the texture of the hair from putting the oil in. And now I'm going to change the direction here. I'm going to elevate back and around, back, around. And so now I've got a nice lift there. What did photojournaling do for you and help in building your business?
Taking photographs of my work changed the way I saw the work 100%. Learning about triangles, making sure everything is in balance, measuring the face. And depending on the angle of the photograph, it can either make or break the hairstyle that you've worked so hard on. Lighting, oh my gosh, can't speak enough to lighting and how much it matters in the final result. And I still have a lot of work to do in my photography and making sure there's no noise. And what does the neckline look like? And is there, a tag sticking out? It's all the little finite details that take just an average, good picture into a stunning, expensive one. So I learned a lot about photography and the work that I do in the designer program.
Right. And how did you find the feedback helped you?
Oh, it was so incredible. And to be honest, sometimes I felt like you even could have been harder on me because I know I'm hard on myself. But it also, at the same token, made me feel good when you said that things were beautiful. And you would start out with, very well done. Just watch for, shadows. Just watch for whatever the critique was. And that really helped me because I felt like you were approving of the style that I had done, acknowledge the hard work I did. And then just here's how you can fine tune the work that you're doing. And so I thought your feedback was fantastic.
And just loosen her up again. I'll be looking in the mirror. Now, obviously, this then becomes a very different person. She took the time to show the straight version and the textured version. She can then show a guest, which actually happened last week, where the client wanted this hairstyle. And now the client can see the hairstyle in two different variations. And when you think about this, so many times when we see a photograph, it's just one angle, right? It's just that. And you think, yeah, well, that's nice, but how's the side? How's the back? And you just kind of guess, right? But we are doing this. We're not doing this, right? And so when you can start to photojournal your work and you can show your client the front, the side, the back, nailed it. We do in one of our programs 7 bobs, we do 7 graduations, and we do 10 layered haircuts. So if you photograph them well, the way that Misty did, at the end of the program, you have a beautiful portfolio on mannequin heads, which is fine. You can show front, side, and back. You can show your longest bob to your shortest bob. You can show your clients the journey, because when we do our workshop, it's actually training for a photo shoot. At the end of that look, which I'm guiding you through, you now can actually take an photograph of it. Colette, the journey that you've been on, it's what you've achieved in this short period of time. Talk to me about the time before and the time now.
Oh, my income has, way more than doubled. I'm definitely working myself into a 6-figure income steadily, consistently, with having a lot more fun, growing clientele. I'm just happier. The kind of people that come in due to, like what Vicky was saying, it's the word of mouth. Once it's on the street that you do this amazing consultation. I had a client the other day say, "Are you the stylist that reads the hair and the face?" Yep, that would be me. So come on in. How can I help you? So, you know, I've got this great reputation now, and the income just comes.
You know what you should say to them? I read tea leaves too.
And tarot and rocks.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
really.
know,
I can see into your future.
crystal balls are extra. Yeah.
That dork that's with you will go. I'm going to turn you into a diva, and the Chippendales are going to be knocking down your door. Well, you just come in and you start to break up your pattern so that it's less matchy, dunny. And you can do it randomly, because when you put an iron into the hair, you don't want it. Come on, darling. Well, it's very hard to stand up when you don't have a body, Viv. Still in China, the body. And as Vicky said, just a change of parting can be such a game changer in terms of where and how. And when you let the face be an inspiration to you, all I need now is just a 4-inch nail to plant in there and should be good to go, right? So just a little bit of movement there, that does a lot. And generally a drag around the face, you have to be very careful, because you've got to have a face that can afford to be dragged. I don't have a face that can be dragged. I need elevation. I look my best laying down.
Photo journaling really helps you see things like a camera. It trains your eye. It just giving your clients the wow factor that they deserve. I really kind of struggled with whether to take this course or not, and it is literally the best thing I ever did for my career. So to all of you listening, you deserve it. Do this for yourself. Invest in yourself. You deserve it. It will all come back to you, I promise.
Yay. Well, thank you. It's always lovely to see your work.
Thank you so much, Viv.
So there's a lot of different programs that we have, and we want to make sure it's tailored exactly to you. And if you're a salon owner with a team, what we all know right now, sadly, is that some of the talent that's coming out of schools is they're missing some very important skill sets. And is it your job to now be having to teach them? Isn't your job to run your business and run your salon and have somebody else like me come in and take your babies and train them and take that burden and that responsibility off your shoulders? So for salon owners here, if you would like a done for you where mama babysits the kids and make sure that the kids are doing the right thing, I can take that huge responsibility off your shoulders, and I guarantee it's like the Harvard of hairdressing, because the work that we do and the talent that I have here with Colette and Vicky, they are not your average hairdresser. So that makes it incredibly special. So book your call.